All right, welcome to part 2 of making our pinch pot animals. I used to call this the pinch pot challenge for my 5th graders. But what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about adding on accessories. Now, you're going to have more tools to work with that you can have available to you, and you also have your drawings that you did. Now, if your drawing changes a little bit, that's okay. I'm going to make a bear, but on this pinch pot I had it upside down, putting the legs on the side. But I'm gonna try to do my bear upright and put my legs on the bottom. So this will make more sense in a second. Anytime you attach something, I've already got my legs kind of rolled out the sizes that I want. I didn't add any details like claws or a texture for the fur yet. I just kind of made them all the same sizes so I know what to do when I attach them. Anytime you attach something, you want to make sure that first your pinch pot is sturdy and it's nice and smooth. Some things you can do is you can kind of turn it upside down and pat it to make it the right shape. You can change the shape if you need to. You can make it square. I can show you how to do that. But you want to make sure it's nice and even. So I know that the bottom of my pinch pot is where I'm going to put my feet. So I'm going to turn this upside down. Now, all these different plastic tools will do different things. They work for scoring. Scoring is when we make little grooves in the clay when we're going to attach something. So I'm going to make some scoring where I'm going to put my 4 little feet here. You can also use a needle tool. They are sharp, but they will do the same thing. So I'm going to cross hatch. All right. Now, I didn't shape these or add details yet because I want to attach them first. Whenever I attach something, I have to do the lines, and then when I put it on, I can stick it on there, and if it's a good attachment, it should stay pretty easily. But I always like to seal my edges just to be safe, and I'm going to use one of these tools. I could use a knife, I could use anything that has a flat edge to just take it, and I'm going to seal that crack all the way around. One of the things that one of my teachers told me is that your hands are your best tool. So I usually use a tool to get things started, and then I go back and I smooth things out with my hands because I don't want those icky edges to be showing. So then I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to go through and I'm going to smooth that out. Okay, and I'll do the same thing for each of my legs. As you get a few more, it gets a little bit harder, so just take your time. And if they get a little close together, you can always separate them later. You'll also notice that my pot is kind of moving as I'm doing this. I'm not going to worry about that too much because I can always fix the shape. Just be aware of that and be careful. All right, now that I got these 4 guys attached, I'm going to smooth them out. And I can start to think a little bit more about the shape of his little paws. So I might try to bend him out just a little bit because he's going to be standing up. So I'm going to use my finger to shape it. And I might need to make sure that they're even. So setting it down can make sure that they're all even on all 4 sides so it doesn't topple one way or the other. All right, so now I've got my legs, and if I want to, I can add some details like the little lines in his paws and so on. Now, one thing you're going to want to think about when you're attaching something like a head, you want to make sure that it's not too heavy. So I've got the shape for my bear's head first. Like I said, I didn't add any eyes or anything yet because I'm going to add those on after I get the main part of his head attached. So this is going to be a little heavy, so I'm going to want to score a little bit deeper and really make sure that this is attached well. And one of the things you might have to do is grab a little bit of extra clay and add a little bit extra to the back to help hold it and support it, and smooth that out so you can't tell that you added that there. I'm gonna add a little bit more because I don't want that to fall down. Make sure you smooth it out really well. And like I said, you can use a tool to help with that. In the next video, I will show you how to add features like eyes and noses and mouth. And when you do features, details matter. You want to really think about how you're going to do something. It's a lot different if you were to paint on eyes, or if you're going to actually try to make the eye with an eye socket and the eyeball and maybe the nostrils for the nose. So keep those types of things in mind. All right, one last thing with this head, I might want to put a little extra clay down here so that that doesn't droop down. And if it feels like it's strong enough, it's not going to fall down, then I can start to work on my features. But it might take a little bit of time for me to get this just right. And I can always use the tools to help me. All right, we're getting somewhere. It's starting to look like something. Now it's your turn.